Hello.
Hey everybody, welcome to Wulff Den Live. Nope.
Okay.
Okay. Now everybody, hello, welcome to Wulff Den Live, episode 32, the one where we're both drinking iced coffee.
Yeah, that's weird.
It is weird. I am not a coffee drinker. I only drink coffee in extreme circumstances, and this is an extreme circumstance because I was falling asleep before and I needed to wake up just for you guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a nice shirt you got there, too.
Thanks. I barely
This is a
wear
really
it.
weird day for you.
It is.
A lot of outside of the box stuff happening.
Yeah.
It's also your last day at your job.
That's Friday.
I know. Well, sorry, last week.
Yeah.
He's got a new job, everybody.
Yeah, so...
Care to say anything?
No.
There you go. You don't want to even say that you're a digital content manager?
No, because I don't even think that's the name of the position.
There you go. Well, you'll always be a digital content manager to me, Will.
Thank you. I got a new job. It's gonna be in Brooklyn, like a hipster guy, and it starts Tuesday.
You'll be closer to me,
Yep.
but not close enough.
Nope.
What up, Peter? What up, Gavin? What up? I'm finally Nija.
Well, good for you, finally being Nija. Hello, Matthew. Hello, the Joker, Fanatics, Matt Fela, friend of the show. Welcome back. Ben,
Bobby, Ben, all of you. AJ. Did he say AJ? Now, the Joker. I'm wondering if that's Jason Todd and he switched his name.
please don't be. That's been confirmed as not true. Spoiler alerts for Suicide Squad. It's not true.
Let's get in here. Let's lower my volume on everything. So, travesty happened.
Yeah.
The last few days ago, maybe.
What's that?
Burger King came out with the Burgerito, or they're coming out with the
Whopperito,
The Whopperito. I'm sorry, Burgerito is the name of a place
Is
in
it?
Bethpage. In Bethpage, yeah, on Central Avenue. It's called Burgeritos, and they have a burrito with just a burger in it.
I have never heard of this place, and I'm kind of glad I didn't.
They even they throw the fries right in there.
Actually, I take that back.
But yes, now Burger King has the
Whopperito.
Whopperito.
We posted a picture of it on our Instagram page. I'll be trying that.
I gotta try it.
Yeah.
I had a Whopper.
Really?
Yeah.
They're good.
Because why do I need it? Why do I need the Whopper?
The Whopper, the thing about
Same
the
thing with
Whopper
the Big Mac.
The thing about the Whopper is it's just a hamburger. It's a basic hamburger. It's got the meat. It's got the lettuce, tomato, pickles, onions, cheese if you want it. The thing is, because it's big. Because a regular Burger King burger is like about that big. The Whopper is like that big.
It's a lot of bread, though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because it's got to fit the bigger patty.
I forgot to tweet that we're live, so keep going.
Yeah. So the Whopperito is probably just everything that you would find in a Whopper, and just like in burrito form.
Meat. You didn't really explain to me why I need to have a Whopper, though. What's the difference? Why do I need a Whopper and not just a regular?
Because like I said, a regular burger is like small. The Whopper is huge. So if you want something more than just a regular ass tiny burger, also too, the burgers at Burger King.
2 burgers.
The burgers at Burger King don't have lettuce, tomato,
There you go.
and all that stuff.
That's the stuff.
Yeah.
Right there. And the special sauce, which I want none of.
There's no
part
special
of
sauce
that.
on Whoppers.
Really?
That's only on McDonald's Big Macs.
Victoria says, Bob has one piece of hair that's triggering her. I'm just going to go like this. Is that better?
That works.
So, also, No Man's Sky came out.
Yes.
Will, you haven't played it. I played it
I have
last
not.
night. I played about 3.5 hours of it.
Yeah.
I streamed it, watched Twitch stream, archive if you really want to. I enjoyed myself for the time that I played.
Yeah.
I can see the issues everybody's talking about, and I am going to run into those issues. But for now, I enjoyed myself.
Okay.
Will,
Yes.
what type of game do you think No Man's Sky is? Have you been looking at all the things people have been writing and stuff?
I have so it's kind of an unfair question to ask me. I thought it was just going to be an exploration game, moving from planet to planet, archiving what you find, surveying the landscape, taking notes, like scanning like in Metroid, like the way you scan in Metroid, and there'll be combat in it, so to defend yourself against the wildlife. I've learned in my research, not really research, it's just every gaming site is talking about it, so you just come across it. Apparently, it's a survival game where you have to look after your oxygen and your food intake
Right.
and all that nonsense.
Well, I mean,
Maybe not food intake, but like along those lines.
you didn't think that that would come hand in hand with the exploration?
Honestly, didn't cross my mind.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So you didn't think it was going to have like a lot of RPG elements?
No. Well, the way there's the way I saw it, they're describing it like it is in like Rust or Daisy, or it's one of those games where you have to like actively like keep after what you're doing.
Right.
You know.
I just want to make a quick note. People are experiencing freezing on YouTube Gaming.
Yeah.
If you are experiencing freezing, go over to our Twitch.
There you go.
We're streaming the same thing. So I kind of knew what I was getting into.
Yeah.
I did not expect the amount of resource juggling. They were like mining and I'm sorry, the amount of mining and inventory juggling in the beginning of a very small inventory.
Okay.
So I last night I spent 3.5 hours on one planet, and 3 hours on one planet. Then I got off of it, landed on another planet, and then I got off. So I was only on one planet.
Right.
You start off, your ship has crashed. You got to fix it. You got to gather all the resources that you can in order to fix it. The game doesn't tell you anything. You got to figure it out, which is fine. I actually enjoyed that. I felt like I was in danger. I felt like there were moments where I could just die, especially because your like life support meter goes down, your hazard meter goes down, whatever. So you have to refuel that with resources and stuff.
Yeah.
So there is like imminent threats. And it is really cool to walk around the world and see what's up, because this world is yours, and you never know what's out there that's gonna try to kill you. And I was like jumping over over caverns and stuff, and I was like, I could hurt myself and never come back. no one's gonna help me. But one issue is that if you pre-order the game, you get a ship. It comes with a ship. You press the start button, you go to the corner, you download the ship. You could do that immediately when you start the game.
Okay.
So I spent 3 hours on the one planet. Other people who pre-ordered the game could just get the ship and go right off.
So if you don't pre-order the game, you have to find a ship to use. Basically.
No, you have to fix your ship.
Oh, you have to fix yours.
You have to gather the resources to fix your ship.
Okay.
Because it'll be like, like ion thrusters needs like this much plutonium or something like that. I did pre-order the game. For some reason, it's not there. It's there for everybody else. It's not there for me.
Okay.
But I'm kind of glad it's not there, because I learned a lot about the game by not just jumping off that planet.
Yeah.
Like that was a lot of the experience. My goal for that 3 hours on that planet was to fix my ship so I can get off that rock.
Yeah.
And once I got off that planet, then I was in space, and I was like, finally, I'm free. I can go. And you can't, because you don't have like hyperdrive.
Right.
So I had to land on a closer planet to get hyperdrive. And I talked to an alien that was there, and he was like, here's the plans for the hyperdrive. Now you need this many materials to build your hyperdrive. That's cool. That's a cool experience. So now once I get my hyperdrive, I'm out. I'm going. But that's where I see a problem. Once I'm out in open space, am I going to want to keep playing? Because people are saying that the center of the universe, it's so daunting. And I can see how things can get repetitive going to all of these procedurally generated planets that are actually kind of like a lot alike.
Yeah, and also too, like the distance between the planets I've heard is like really far. Like I was listening to, I think it was IGN's podcast, and they said like there was one planet that was 4 hours away in real time.
Yeah, so when you jump out into space, it says this planet 4 hours away. Then you can go into kind of I don't know, like a hyperdrive or a speed boost or something, and then it'll go, okay, this planet is now 4 minutes away. So you have to sit there for 4 minutes. if you get light speed or whatever, then you can just go between,
Yeah.
you can go between
Planets.
yeah,
at the
solar
speed of light,
systems.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you need fuel. So you can only go so far, and then you have to stop
Yeah.
and stop off at a planet and gather more resources and fuel, and then get back on your ship and plow right to the center of the galaxy. And there's a map. There's like a constellation that guides you, but again, like since it's so far and it's seemingly endless, so
Yeah.
I could see myself not wanting to play anymore. But for now, I have a goal that is pretty clear, and I am excited to hit that goal and see a little bit more of the game
Yeah.
for now. But I could see where there could be a problem.
The big thing I'm hearing is that, it has a lot of problems, a lot of things you mentioned, plus a lot of other things, but people keep playing it. Like
Right.
it is addicting. It is worth to go back and try to like explore and do all that stuff. Would you say it's worth getting a PS4 over? Because I know a lot of people have been waiting for this game.
No,
No?
not. I mean, not now. I wouldn't feel comfortable giving somebody that. I wouldn't feel comfortable telling that to somebody to get a
Yeah.
PS4 yet, because I only played 3 hours. I didn't even explore the second planet yet.
Okay.
But hearing what everybody else is saying, I don't think it's worth getting a PS4 over.
Would you say if you already own a PS4, is it worth picking up?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
This is a game I think everybody should play, even for a short time. I don't think it should have been $60.
No.
I always thought it was going to be cheaper, when they first announced it, because it's
Yeah.
an indie game. And I knew that it wasn't like I knew that there was going to be like some like something to it. Like I knew there was going to be a gameplay loop that was really small. Like I knew it's a massive world,
Yeah.
but it's only math. I knew that there was going to be some sort of smaller scale, like this is what you're going to be doing to play this game. It's not the actual core gameplay isn't on the level of a AAA game. If this was made by Bethesda,
Yeah.
there would be so many more like quests and stuff to do,
Yeah.
But it was made by, like 10 to 16 people.
Yeah.
So like it is what it is. It's an awesome experience. For what I experienced was awesome.
Okay.
That was sick so far. And that was worth my time in this game. If the rest of the game's garbage, then I still had that 3-hour experience that was awesome that I couldn't have gotten anywhere else. But again, that's only 3 hours.
Right.
I don't know how much longer it could hold my
Yeah.
interest for. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. It's definitely a game like I want to check out and I want to at least futz around in. It's just, like you said, I don't know if it's something that's going to hold my attention for very long.
Right.
The fact that there are survival game mechanics in it kind of like scare me a little bit, because like that's a genre like I'm hesitant to get into because I'm bad at resource management as it is.
My least favorite thing in video games is inventory management.
Yeah.
And that's this whole game. And it's infuriating.
I
at times.
wanted to play that game We Happy Few.
Right.
And it's out now on Xbox Live Early Access. But apparently it's a survival game. It's a survival game with resource management.
Really?
Like that, yeah.
I know nothing about this game.
I thought
Everything that I see, I'm like surprised by.
I thought it was going to be more like a BioShocky type of game where
Yeah.
you're running through like a town and stuff. But no, like, there are those elements, but a lot of it is like, survival elements and stuff.
That's crazy.
So, yeah. So I'm waiting for the final release when it's out of Early Access to like actually look into it.
It is amazing.
What is amazing?
Hyper Light Drifter.
Yeah.
Amazing game.
I have not tried that.
Amazing game. It's Zelda-esque in that it's like top down, except the combat elements, like there's more of a focus in combat.
Yeah.
And it's a lot clearer where you need to go. And the RPG elements aren't that intrusive.
Okay.
It's not like you need to go to this dungeon, but first you got to talk to Mary in the town, and then maybe she'll open a bookcase, and then
Yeah.
something will fall off it. No, that doesn't happen.
Okay.
It's do you want to go to this dungeon? Yes, then go to that dungeon. I think the first quote dungeon that I did was not the first one I should have done, but I
Yeah.
beat it. So, I mean, I like it. The focus on combat is awesome.
Yeah.
It's got a really good combat loop.
That's cool.
But yeah, I think it's great.
I'll definitely give it a shot.
What else do I want to say about No Man's Sky? I wrote it down.
I feel like this is a game you can definitely talk about for a long time.
Like, it's a game that you're gonna have those experiences. You're gonna have those like moments that you want to tell your friends about,
Yeah.
but only for so long. You know, like there's actually not that much to it, and that's sad. That's really sad. And people are saying that this game promised a lot. I don't think it promised really anything.
Yeah, like all it promised was like a big, expansive, open universe to explore. It didn't really promise, what it never even really said what type of game it was gonna be.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what I was always trying to tell people. You gotta relax with your expectations here, because you're putting those ideas in your own head. Nobody's telling you that. Yeah. Nobody told you this game is a multiplayer game.
It's just because there's a lot of mystery around the game. Like, people were excited for anything, and they started making up things. Kind of like how there was a lot of mystery over Suicide Squad, and everybody was making up the fact that Jason Todd was a Joker. And guess what? He's not. Sorry, I'm really on a high horse because I was right. And I know that's not.
I know. Whatever happened to that?
I don't know.
Now everybody's shutting up. Everybody thought
No, people are going back to those videos and commenting, he's not the Joker. I don't understand what the big deal is.
Oh, now you don't understand what the big deal is. I made a video a long time ago about No Man's Sky, saying everybody calm the hell down.
Yes.
You're gonna get the wrong idea about this game. Mm-hmm. It's called "Is No Man's Sky Gonna Suck?"
Yes.
And it's like our third most popular video, and then everybody is just hating all over me because they think that I'm saying it's gonna suck, and I'm not at all saying that. And that video was entirely correct. Sean Murray did say during an interview with Stephen Colbert, hold on, I have it right here. Colbert said, "Do we ever get to see ourselves?" Murray said, "No, you don't see yourself. So the only way to know what you look like is for somebody else to see you." Colbert said, "Can you run into other players, other people or other players in the game?" Murray said, "Yes, but the chances of that are incredibly rare just because of the size that we are building." Now, first day one, two people. Well, one guy saw that there were players in the area, so he, I guess he messaged him or something and was like, "Yo, let's stream this. People want to see this." So they both Twitch streamed, and they were in the same exact spot, and you could not see each other.
Yeah.
People are freaking out because everybody was expecting this game to be a multiplayer game. I don't know why.
Well, I think, as I'm sure they talked about, online components in some capacity. The fact that you can go to a planet and then somebody else can go to that planet, the same planet.
Right.
So, I guess when people hear there's an online component, people assume multiplayer.
Right.
Not necessarily saying it's going to be an MMO or anything, but, we live in a world of like Destiny where, you can run in and out of people's games. So the idea that like you can run across somebody.
Keep talking.
Was there. And plus, didn't he just say to Colbert that, you can run into other players in the game?
That was from a long time ago. Yeah. That interview. The thing is that, they're a small team, and you have to build that feature, to see other people. There might have been an issue with it, and barely anybody's gonna see each other. Yeah. So they were not at all expecting people to do that on day one. And they did. So is it worth building a feature out like that? Yeah. I mean, yeah, he did say that you would be able to see each other, and people are upset by that. But again, like, that's not what the game's about. Yeah. You shouldn't. He even said before the game came out, he was like, "Guys, don't stop focusing on multiplayer. You shouldn't be playing this game to seek out other players, And people do want to experience this game with their friends and stuff, but you can't like this. You have to feel alone in this game to get the sense of scale. And like, I'm alone out. Like, the whole lore is that you're just completely alone and you're talking to all of these weird alien things and you don't even understand their language, so you
Yeah.
just feel totally isolated. And that's part of it. If you're doing that with friends, it's not the same. Go play Destiny if you want to do that.
Okay.
But yes, he did. Maybe back in the day you were able to see other players, but now you can't. So I don't. This is another thing. Sean Murray should just come out and say what's going on. Some people were saying maybe it was the server load. Maybe that's why.
Maybe.
Other people are saying that it's just not something that you can do. Also, they were in different instances of the game because if you pause the game pauses.
Yeah.
You're in your own instance. The only thing that really renders for other players is the world around you. Like when you see something, it procedurally generates and that gets saved. So you're not actually in real time with in the same world as other people. So there's that. Like, is it even possible? That leads me to believe that's not even possible to see other players. Because there's completely different instances. These two people were seeing different animals at the same time. They were seeing the same animals, but in different places. One was seeing ships fly by, the other one wasn't.
Well, I think the idea of like running into other players, isn't a bad one. This whole idea of like an exploration game, when you explore, you're gonna run into other people.
It would be cool every once in a while to see another person,
Yeah.
But the problem is, if they have that feature, everybody's gonna try to do that, and that's not. I mean, I guess you gotta make your own fun in a game like this, but imagine having like hundreds of people on the same planet.
Yeah.
That's like close to the center of the galaxy or something. So it's like a common space, and everybody's like, "Yo," there's like forum posts. "Yo, this planet's awesome. Everybody's got to go to this planet. We're gonna go at like 9:00 on Thursday and have a party there." You'd break the game.
Yeah.
That would be cool to have that in the future, but I guess they just couldn't do it right now.
Maybe No Man's Sky 2.
What does everybody think about No Man's Sky? Bobby the OG is dying to hear me talk about Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
I had to time him out because of how much he was dying to hear me talk about Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
I did not beat it yet. I'm like halfway through it.
Yeah.
And I don't know when the hell I'm ever going to go back. But it's great. I like it.
Yeah. So I haven't played it. I've only played the first 3, and they're excellent. I'm looking forward to playing Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 4 is awesome. Way too much climbing.
I heard it's a long game.
It's very
ridiculously long.
But no, I do want to beat that. I'm really into it.
Yeah.
Apparently Jason Todd was the Joker in our chat this whole time.
In the chat.
Not in real life.
Our chat's not canon. Our chat's not canon.
It's in my head canon. Jason Todd said maybe they're offline. Also, one of them noticed, the people who ran across each other or tried to.
Yeah.
One of them noticed that he didn't have PlayStation Plus, so he bought it, and they still couldn't see each other. The Joker says, "A lie is a lie. That chit chat is going to get Sean Murray hurt." I can't tell if that's actually the Joker or Jason Todd. That's crazy. I mean, but is it a lie though?
I mean, a game like
well,
this.
let me go back to it.
Yeah,
like,
read the quote again.
So, Colbert said, well, actually, Murray said, "You don't see yourself, so the only way to know what you look like is for somebody else to, see you." So that's...
Yeah. A game like this, you have to be,
He is implying that.
Because it was so mysterious, and because, like, not many people knew, like, what they were getting into, like, he has to be, like, very clear in his messaging. By being more ambiguous, you're only adding fuel to the fire, and you're only building up the expectations in people's minds.
They were being really ambiguous with all of the interviews and everything that they were saying, and a lot of that was giving people the wrong expectations because they weren't being very, very clear about what's happening.
Yeah.
But I get, you know what? I think part of it is people didn't want to hear this is a resource gathering game.
Probably
like,
not.
That's not something that sounds exciting.
Yeah.
The first reveal trailer is, well, not the first PlayStation trailer is like explore, fight, travel the galaxy, with like all this stuff's happening, and that's not what the game is. Oh, the Joker and Jason Todd are the same person. Look at that. This is crazy. I'm freaking out. Apex said, No Man's Sky came out today in the UK, and I have spent all day playing it. So far, I'm not blown away, but I had fun. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I have fun. One complaint is not being able to boost away in ships when being chased by sentinel ships. Oh, I haven't run across that because I just got my ship fixed.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I haven't really fought with sentinels at all. Those are like the cops. They just come around and scan me. Benjamin says, I would recommend the game to people who like surviving and exploring. Yeah. If you have a good imagination and can make your own fun in a game and like could just be wowed by the sheer scale, then you got to give this game a good solid few hours.
Yeah.
But if you're on a budget and you need some action, do not get No Man's Sky.
Okay.
Or if you're easily disappointed. That's all I got to say on it.
All right.
What about you? Is that good? You go on No Man's Sky?
Yeah, I'm good on No Man's Sky.
Half an hour on No Man's Sky.
Yeah, I figured,
I am going to play it again. I'm
Yeah.
playing more, but I do have a feeling that in like a week, I am going to burn out on it.
Okay.
I do want to get to the center of the galaxy,
Yeah.
but I mean, I'll probably give it, I'm going to say I'll give it like a good solid 10 hours, and I think around the 10-hour mark, I'm going to be like, I can't go to any more planets anymore. But, I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll be like awed by the different sceneries that I see.
Yeah. I mean, I'll get to it eventually. I mean, I started, Batman the Telltale series, and I want to, get through that. And I'm still trying to beat Doom.
You still haven't beaten it?
It's, it's a lot longer than you think it is, and it's getting ridiculously hard. Mm-hmm. Like, I got to a point where already I had to fight the Cyber Demon, which, is usually the end boss. And, like, he's the only, enemy in the game with a life bar. It took me like 10 tries to like whittle it down, so I finally did. So like you beat the Cyber Demon, you rip out like this cybernetic implant and he has, you throw it, it explodes, then you go to hell, and then you have to fight him again, and your inventory doesn't replenish.
So is this the end?
No.
No? Oh
no, I'm still going. And like it's just getting harder and harder and harder.
So our friend Greg
Yes.
of Nerd Nation fame.
Yes.
He beat it on the hardest difficulty, whatever that is.
Really?
For the platinum trophy. He got the
Jeez.
platinum trophy. And he streamed it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just completely silent the whole time. And he said he thought it was going to take him a really long time. It took him less than a half an hour, and then he beat it, and he was like, well. And then he just shut down the game.
Well, Greg's also better at video games than I am. So, I don't know. I'll eventually. What I like about it, though, is, because I can just go away from it forever and then come back and just pick up where I left off because it checkpoints everywhere.
Right.
It's simple to control. It's like every first-person shooter controller. So
that's another thing I want to say about No Man's Sky. The run button
everybody's
is R3.
Everybody's talking
What
about.
are you thinking?
Apparently, day one patch, it was L3. And then they switched it for some reason.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
All right, when did you swear? I gotta.
Are you out of your goddamn mind? Like, what other game was that? Well, what was the one with the? There was like, everybody's gone to the Rapture. Remember that game came out?
Oh no, that was something even stupider. You had to like hold down a trigger button or something for like 7 seconds.
Yeah, and then you can run. Yeah, and nobody knew you can run.
Yeah.
So, my God, like, okay, you have to take user experience into account.
Yeah.
I am really big on universal control schemes, and you all know that from my series, History of Modern Video Game Control Schemes. If you don't go by the standard, your game is going to be hard for people that play a lot of games.
Yeah.
And that's dumb. Why in God's name would you make the run button anything but L3?
I guarantee you they're gonna patch that out real soon.
Or give you the option to change it. They don't actually have an option to change it.
Yeah.
You have to go into the global settings of the PlayStation.
Which will suck because that changes it for everything.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's absolutely, like, L3 is to scan the environment, which is useful, but just switch those.
Yeah.
All right, what's your topic? We gotta hurry up.
I got a whole bunch of mini topics that I figured we'll be talking about that.
All right, let's fire them off,
all right,
because I also have another topic that we can make a mini topic.
Let's do. Well, this is kind of a big topic. Nintendo's been on a roll recently and just being
slamming down indie projects.
Very fun with the fan community. So first for some of you younger folks in the crowd, Nintendo Power was a magazine, a physical magazine that you got in the mail every month. It was published by Nintendo. It was, one of the first console-specific magazines ever. It was really popular, especially back in the NES and Super NES era. Had hints and tricks and guides, and you send your user scores and whatever. All whatever. You get the idea. A group of fans put up the first 100 issues on the Internet Archive for everybody to see. You can just go. You can look up every issue in Nintendo.
Now that's archive.org.
Yes.
Okay.
You can look up the first 100 issues. And it's still relevant because maybe you're going back to an old game and you want to look up a player's guide or a walkthrough or cheats or something like that. Nintendo said no and took it all down. They took it. This was around.
The internet went crazy when that went up. Everybody was like, "This is awesome."
Oh yeah, because Nintendo Power is cool.
Yeah.
And then Nintendo came along and said, "No, not doing that."
It was cool.
Yeah.
There were some great scans on there.
Around when this was happening, on Wednesday of last week, the fan remake of Metroid II Return of Samus, called Another Metroid II Remake, was released. Now, Metroid II Return of Samus is considered the black sheep of the series because it was only released on the original Game Boy.
But everybody loved it.
Everybody loves it. Well, most Metroid games are universally loved.
Except Fusion for some reason, and that's like our favorite.
No, people hate Other M because it turns Samus into a...
Yes.
Yeah.
Before that, everybody hated Fusion.
Everybody hated Fusion because like it would tell you where to go.
Yeah, that's why we liked it.
But anyway, so this project, AM2R, Another Metroid 2 Remake, was basically, an updated version. It redid Metroid 2 in like Super Metroid and Metroid Zero Mission style, updated graphics, updated music, updated everything. It was up on Wednesday last week, and then Nintendo took it down on Monday of this week.
Caloric says, I don't know why they thought they could get away with it. I think he's talking about the archive.org thing, which I think that's like a library. That should be allowed.
Yeah.
But this, the Metroid thing, they did not expect to get away with it. They knew that that's what was going to happen.
The thing with the Metroid remake is it's free. They're not expecting...
Right.
They were never expecting to make any money off of this. I think he even said, I used the skills that... I used the skills I acquired when making this game to help, further my career as a programmer. Which is, it's good. It was basically a training exercise. He still plans on working on it and still plans on, hopefully releasing it again sometime down the line. He was going to put out a Linux version of it.
Right. This guy will get hired in a heartbeat.
Yeah. But, I think...
That's such a good way to get, like your feet wet. Cause a lot of controversy.
But I think it's kind of, Nintendo, of course, has a long history of, they hate emulation. They're not really big on fan projects. They protect their IP with an iron fist. So any fan project is going to run into problems, And I think what sucks is because Metroid 2 is in need of an updating. I mean, the game is really old. It's never been updated. It was never re-released, on Game Boy Color or Game Boy Advance.
It's the freaking 30th anniversary of Metroid.
Yeah. And Nintendo doesn't really care about Metroid anymore. This would be
a perfect, like HD remaster or something.
Yeah. So, especially since we've seen, like, Capcom released a fan project for Mega Man's 25th anniversary, the Mega Man Cross Street Fighter project. Yeah, that was a fan thing. That was a fan-made project.
Wait, Mega Man Cross Street Fighter?
You
mean that? Project X Zone?
Was that? No. It was a Mega Man game, like an 8-bit Mega Man game, but all the bosses were Street Fighter characters.
I've never seen that before. That's
I'll
awesome.
see if I can look that up for you later. And then you look at what Sega's doing. They hired a fan to make the port of Sonic CD, Sonic Mania.
That is what you got. Well, here's the thing. The Taxman or Christian Whitehead, whatever you want to call him, he made those ports like for the phone or whatever. Then Sega was like, hey, that's cool. We're going to use those.
Yeah.
And took them and released them, and it probably floated him some money.
Yeah.
Why the hell wouldn't you do that? I know that Nintendo has a certain standard
Yeah.
for their games, but how about you just go, hey, that's cool, give us that, let's polish it up for you.
Yeah.
You know?
Which is making me interesting because now it was released. There's a Pokemon fan game that was
just
made,
gonna say this.
after 9 years of work. Pokemon Uranium.
This has been in the works for a while, and I remember
9
hearing
years,
about this.
It's a brand new game. It has over 150 new Pokemon custom made for the game. It has a new class, nuclear Pokemon.
Yes.
And for all,
Which would never happen in a Pokemon game.
no. And it has online battling and trading.
Wow.
And as far as I know, it can run in a GBA emulator.
Wow.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's a standalone .exe,
Damn.
which
This
is
would be-
what Metroid II Remake was.
If this was an APK, I would be all over this.
Yeah. So
That's an Android file.
how long until this gets pulled?
Benjamin says,
Good
you
night.
guys from the East, all the Bowses. Is that our accent?
yeah. Long Island represent.
I want to play that. And yes, that's going to get pulled
Oh
immediately.
yeah.
But, I mean, maybe, well, because, it's not really Nintendo.
Yeah, I know the Pokemon Company, like they're in a separate offshoot and whatnot.
They're a little more lenient with copyright.
Yeah.
But I don't want to, there's still not that.
Yeah,
limit.
I think because they're connected to Nintendo, Nintendo will probably say something like, "Hey, this needs to go."
Yeah. This looks awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I hope, it has a life. I hope it flourishes. I just hope that Nintendo lightens up
Yeah.
because, they have nothing coming out this year. And so the fans are like, throwing, not really throwing them a bone, but like picking up the slack.
Yeah.
I guess you could say. And Nintendo's just like, no.
Especially Metroid.
Yeah.
They're coming out with another Pokemon game. Pokemon's booming right now. Metro, you gotta fix Metroid.
Yeah.
People are so upset.
Federation Force does not look like the Metroid game people want.
No.
For all we know, it could be good, but like that's not Metroid to us. So,
No. Yeah, I mean, this type of thing is exactly what people want.
Mm-hmm.
Take this and release it on Virtual Console.
yes.
That would be the best thing that you could do, Nintendo. I'm talking to you. Dumbasses.
All right. So that's enough Nintendo.
Nobody really seems to care in the chat. What the
Yeah.
hell's wrong with you people?
I mean, you should care because, awesome fan created things happen all the time.
Ninja Diffuser on Twitch says Metroid is bae.
Metroid is bae.
So for the Nintendo Power stuff,
Yeah.
that being on archive.org, I thought archive.org was government. But then I realized
No.
it's .org and not
Yeah.
.gov. It looks very official. I didn't know you can C&D archive.org. I thought it was like a library,
I don't know. Did they C&D it or did they?
They had- that's
did
what
they
it is.
pull, Digital Millennium Copyright Act?
That's not the same.
So
That's a DNC.
that's a DMCA.
DMCA.
DMCA takedown notice.
Okay, that's probably what they did then.
Yeah. I know for Metroid 2 Remake, that was a cease and desist.
Also, you can still get the archive of the Sega magazines, whatever they were called.
Yeah.
Sega
Visions.
Sega Visions.
Yeah.
You can still get the 10 issues of that?
Yeah. Sega don't care.
Sega don't care.
Sega got bigger problems.
Clark says Nintendo is celebrating 20th anniversary of Pokemon and not 30th of Metroid. Yeah,
They didn't
nobody
celebrate
cares.
the 25th of anniversary of Metroid.
Nope.
Nope. They don't.
I'm seeing some fan images of the 25th anniversary of Zelda versus the 25th anniversary of Metroid, and like everybody's like praising Zelda,
Yeah.
nobody cares about Metroid, and they're just repurposing those same drawings but
Yeah.
changing the
Nintendo,
25th.
I've noticed, does this thing where if one game in a franchise like isn't 10 out of 10 across the board, they'll like go quiet on it for years. They did the same thing with Star Fox. They're doing the same thing with Metroid. They did it with Pikmin.
They're good at running things into the ground.
Yeah.
Like Star Fox just took a nosedive.
Mm-hmm.
Get it? 'Cause
Yeah.
Final plan. I was at Toys R Us the other day, and I was like, let's see how much Star Fox is. $50.
That's another problem they have. They like to, keep the price of their games high.
Yeah.
Which I understand. I understand why they do it. It's not a good idea.
Do you have another topic?
I got a couple. We can
fire them off.
Okay. Report: the Ghostbusters sequel is being shelved in favor of an animated movie. So apparently, the Ghostbusters.
Good. Next one. No, I'm kidding.
Apparently, the Ghostbusters reboot. While Sony was really high on it, and they said that they're going to do a sequel. Apparently, it looks like it's going to lose about $70 million.
Wow.
They're saying like it's not that big of a deal because they're still going to make money in merchandising and all their tie-ins and things like that. But in terms of the actual film itself, its box office gross was a lot lower than expected. So the planned sequel is going to be shelved. They're going to move forward with the animated series they were going to put out, Ecto Force, and now it looks like they're going to eventually come out with an animated movie. I don't know if that's going to be connected to Ecto Force, but it looks like we're not going to get a sequel to this year's film, which sucks for a lot of reasons.
Really?
Yes, because Ghostbusters is a franchise that honestly should keep going. I love Ghostbusters. I would love to see more Ghostbusters, and I feel like this cast could have taken Ghostbusters in a cool new direction. Now we're not going to see that. Now we're just going to, we're not going to get another Ghostbusters movie. Let's face it. We're going to wait another like 20, 30 years before we get another reboot of, Ghostbusters, and who knows what the hell that's going to be.
But I think that this is a good way to keep the franchise going. You're getting
animated?
Yeah, you're getting cartoons. Like, hopefully they'll be on the same tier as something like Star Wars Rebels.
Right.
And you're going to get an animated movie, which I honestly think that this franchise could be well off with an animated movie rather than a full, release.
But
similar to the Ninja Turtles. That animated movie, looking back on it, terrible. But I remember enjoying it when it was in the theaters.
That animated movie is better than the current movies we have.
That's what I mean.
I'll give you that. But I mean, once you had to have a live action movie, going to animation like right after that is kind of hard.
I haven't seen the movie. You liked it.
I did.
I haven't seen it, but I just only hear all of the people saying how bad it is.
Really? Because I'm hearing a lot more people saying like it was good.
I'm hearing a lot of both.
Yeah. That's why you just go and see it for yourself.
The reason why they canceled the next one is because it did so poorly. I wish that more movies would do that.
It has a higher Rotten Tomatoes score than BVS and Suicide Squad combined. Right. So
I do want to see it. I'm never going to see it. Caloric about Star Fox says it came out less than 6 months ago and includes Star Fox Guard, meaning why do I think it would be less than $50? Because it sucked. And I can say that because I played a little bit of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, other games came out, that were better and dropped in prices because Nintendo likes to keep they like to keep things
I don't know. I feel with Star Fox Guard, they're gonna maybe one day patch in proper controls or re-release with proper controls, because they did that with Pikmin 3.
With the actual Star Fox game.
Yeah, because 2 years later, after Pikmin 3 was released, they put in pointer controls, so you can actually point at the screen. Yeah, which is what it should have launched with in the first place. So, all right.
Does anybody care about what's it called?
Ghostbusters.
Nobody cares about Ghostbusters.
Nobody cares about Ghostbusters. See, you guys are part of the problem.
Gavin says, has anyone seen Ecto Cooler in stores? I forgot to buy it off Amazon. It's
on
Amazon right now. It's really cheap, so I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Live to Rock says, like a Man of Steel 2? What does he mean? I don't know what he means. But if you want to hear Will's thoughts about Man of Steel 2,
yes,
you can click on our little faces in the corner on YouTube and check out his video that he put up today. That's it for Ghostbusters, right?
Yeah, that's it for Ghostbusters. And I got, real quick, Jason Momoa news.
Yeah, I saw a picture of his face and I didn't really care.
Okay, so it was confirmed that Black Manta is going to be the villain of the Jason Momoa Aquaman movie, which, he's the only Aquaman villain worth a damn.
Right.
And also now, apparently, he's been cast as the Crow in the upcoming Crow reboot.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's
I
very
didn't know
weird.
that they were going to do that.
Yeah, they've been trying to reboot the Crow for like 10 years, and now they got, somebody who's who played Conan the Barbarian is going to be the Crow.
That's so weird.
That's very weird. The Crow to me should not be like a huge guy.
What?
He should be like smaller and
Is that Vertigo?
No, it's indie.
It's indie? Okay. Just no publisher?
I don't know who published the original book. It might have been self-published. I know IDW has the rights to it.
Okay.
They put out like their own Crow books.
Interesting.
But yeah, maybe that should be a franchise people stop trying to reboot, because like the first movie was perfect, and then it just got bad.
Gavin says, "What? I love The Crow."
Yeah,
Well, good for you.
Crow was great, and the original comic, is one of the saddest things I have ever read. I was so sad.
Well, I thought it was going to be weird if they were in the same universe.
What?
The Crow and what's his name?
Aquaman?
Aquaman.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen.
It is weird. Like, you don't cast the same actor to be in two superhero movies, like
Yeah.
in development at the same time. You don't do that, especially if he's in like a superhero universe.
I mean, I guess it's different. It's not like he's going to Marvel and playing like somebody over on Marvel.
It's true.
I'm sure that would have been a problem, but
It's still weird.
yeah.
All right, I want to talk about something real quick.
All right, go.
So the other day, I talked to you about my interest in the stock market,
Yes.
and you gave me a weird look.
Only because it's weird for people of my generation, or at least people of my generation that I know,
Right.
to talk about the stock market in any serious capacity.
Right. Completely understand. So I figured we here at the Wulff Den like to talk about what's going on in the business world of this nerdy stuff.
Yeah.
Like video games, like movie studios and stuff. How much money are they making? How are they doing? What's their next thing? Is it going to be good? And you know what? We're pretty damn good at guessing whether or not something's going to be good.
According to you, I mean, I don't know.
So I did a little research today because I wanted to see what could we buy into. Mm-hmm. And I'm realizing that most of the video game stuff is Japanese and not even publicly traded in America. I want to bring us over to here, where we have the top publicly traded video game companies.
Yes.
I realized that this last year is absolutely booming for the video game industry. Like,
Really?
insane. For example, look at the last year. Please stop. Are you going to make me sign in? I had this. Look at the graph that's behind it. Just look at
Okay.
that. This is Activision, the last year from mid 2014 on.
Wow.
Boom. That's
Yeah.
because of Overwatch.
Wow.
Right here. Like
Yeah.
that last little bump is Overwatch. EA. I have no idea why EA is doing well. Look at that boom.
Yeah.
Right now it's probably anticipation for Battlefield 1,
Yeah.
but I have no idea otherwise. I don't know anything else that they've been releasing.
What's this era right here?
That is down here, April 2015 to 2016, right here. It's like what came out last year that was like any good?
Battlefront.
Battlefront,
Battlefront
yes.
was huge.
Battlefront did well, but what about in April, where we see the spike? So between April and August, well, June, around June and August, what did EA release?
Probably Madden.
Madden, that's true. But Madden's not going to have that spike.
Madden's
Look at the
popular
year
as hell.
prior,
What year was that?
2014.
2014.
I guess there is a little bit of a spike.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 2013 and 2014 was like the transitional years. That's when like the new consoles were coming out.
That would explain
So-
why it's booming right now,
Yeah.
because of Madden.
Yeah.
So maybe it's the new consoles. Maybe this is prime time for the new That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
More people have those consoles now. What is this? Take-Two Interactive. Mm-hmm. Also doing
Yeah.
amazing. This year over year, they are like month over month, they're number 1 or number 2 bestseller
Yeah.
of all of the video games. They're because of Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is number 1 and number 2 of all the
Yeah.
video games, which is insane
Yeah.
that they're still selling that many. The only people who are not doing well are GameStop, and for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And I was gonna make you guess, but you're never gonna guess. You know what? I'll make a guess. This company did best in 2011 and tanked since then. It's a. Oh, I'll give you a hint in a minute. 2011,
Is it American?
American.
It is American.
I think so. Peripherals.
Mad Cats.
Yep, Mad Cats. There they
Yeah.
are. Boom, right down there.
Yeah.
Worst they've ever been.
Which, yeah, apparently, they needed Rock Band 4 to like do gangbusters in order to stay alive, and it
It's
didn't.
not looking good.
Yeah.
Now, did the Wii have a lot of Mad Catz peripherals? If you exclude Rock Band,
I don't know.
because I'm anticipating that the NX is going to need some peripherals.
Yeah.
I don't know if Mad Catz is that company anymore though. They do a lot of PC like mouse and keyboard stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, for the most part, most peripheral companies like Mad Cats and PDP, they mostly do. They don't really do like weird stuff anymore. Like they do controllers, or they do like arcade sticks and like mouse and keyboards and stuff.
Yeah, they do control sticks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that they might fold.
I think that's what it's looking. I mean, Rock Band even switched to PDP to handle all the instruments and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And Mad Cats was their publisher, so they even
Ooh.
switched to PDP to publish.
Man.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Mad Cats.
Also, all of the other companies that are like publicly traded in America, they're all Chinese companies. They're all like mobile games and stuff. It's very strange.
That's weird, yeah.
One of them, I forgot what it was called. They publish Warframe.
Oh, yeah.
They're like a weird Chinese company.
Yeah.
Super weird. Oh, and King is another one that's
Yeah.
doing.
Candy Crush. and-
They're doing moderately well, but
Yeah.
I don't think they're
No,
going to
wait,
do well
didn't
much
Activision
longer.
buy them?
Yes, Activision
Yeah.
just bought them. You're right.
So,
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Maybe they will do well.
Yeah.
But right now they're doing like all right. They're like staying afloat.
Yeah.
I'm a little upset that Nintendo is only Japanese because they just blew up because of Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna blow up again when the NX comes out for sure.
Hopefully,
Oh, and there's also companies like Qualcomm who make the Snapdragon processor
Yeah.
for like Android phones and stuff, and Nvidia. They're making the chip for the NX,
Yeah.
and they also make graphics cards for everything. And AMD.
Yeah.
AMD is doing pretty steady.
Yeah.
Nvidia is also doing pretty steady.
Yeah.
So those are just my findings.
Your musings on the more business
Yes.
side.
I would like to know more about why EA is doing so well. But I think the reason the video game industry is booming right now is because of the new consoles. I think that is
Yeah,
a
they
very good
finally
point.
hit their stride. These consoles are selling at a very quick rate.
Maybe
So-
they know that, and that's why they're relaunching the new consoles again, because they don't want to tank, because what comes up must come down.
Yeah, see, I don't know. That might be it. I think they've looked at the cell phone model and want to replicate that. I think somebody did you see the Scorpio video from E3 when everybody was talking about like how powerful Scorpio is going to be?
No.
In it, Todd Howard of Bethesda said like he's been trying to convince console makers to upgrade their systems for years. So I think like somebody like him, not him specifically, but other people like him are like trying to push.
Mm-hmm.
Because the last console generation lasted a ridiculously long time. And developers were like begging for an updated system so they can put out more stuff, more powerful stuff. And they just never did.
This is the Xbox One and the PS4 have been alive for as long as the original Xbox, I think.
The original
Is that
Xbox was 2001 to 2005.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, this is a right amount of time.
Yeah.
Or was it next year? 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016.
2017, next year.
Next year. So next year, they might be due for relaunch.
Well, yeah, because, before the 360 generation, consoles a console life cycle is generally 4, 5, 6 years.
Right.
Last generation broke that trend. I mean, you had the PS1 and the PS2 last a little longer, but for the most part, once the next console came out, that was it. The Xbox 360 and the PS3 lasted like 7, 8, 9 years without a successor.
Ninja Diffuser says it's all going to come down to PC because now they're getting to the overpriced range. What, with consoles?
I don't think so.
Well, PC is doing really, really well.
PC does its own thing.
But the problem is that it's different types of games that are doing well.
It's different types of games. It's a high entry point.
It is.
So
like consoles are overpriced. Gaming hardware is overpriced.
Yeah, I mean, I know people will say that they can build a PC that outperforms a console for less than a console.
But the problem is it will be outclassed in months, and everybody online will make fun of you for having that stuff.
Not only that, but like, you have to know what you're doing. You have to it's a lot of work to build a PC.
A massive learning curve.
Whereas with the console, you just go out, you buy it, you plug it in, boom, done, whatever.
And I used to play games on PC more than consoles, and I built my PC. So, please. All right. Leave us your questions, comments, and whatnot.
Everybody start asking questions.
People left stuff. You start answering them. I'm going to go to the hashtag Wulff Den Live on Twitter, see if anybody's there. And I already pulled up the, whatchamacallit, the comments from last week.
Okay. Live to Rock was asking me if I read All-Star Batman this week. That is the only comic I've read so far this week. It's very good. It is so far very different from Scott Snyder's previous Batman work. I'm excited to see where this goes, and it looks like John Romita Jr. remember how to draw. So
John Romita Jr. is doing it?
Yeah, it's Scott Snyder and John Romita Jr.
Wow.
Yeah.
They let him do stuff still?
He's John Romita Jr. He can do what he wants. So
all right, let me take can you pull up the hashtag?
Yeah.
I got people here. Question, how do you feel? This is Adam. Question, how do you feel about the Joker maybe taking on Superman in Man of Steel 2? That'd be weird. And if so, do you think that Jared Leto's Joker should be recast? Fan for years now, and I can't wait for you to keep rolling out the quality content. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think that would be interesting. And I honestly, like, Jared Leto's Joker wasn't that great, but I think that he could be, with the right direction, he could be.
Yeah, Jared Leto's Joker, I feel like needs to be in a better movie. Yeah. I think it could work. There have been stories where Superman meets the Joker. There was actually a really good, I think it was called In Adventures of Superman, the digital series by Max Landis. Did a really good Superman meets the Joker story. That's worth checking out. I don't know if you saw, but David Ayer revealed the origin of the damage tattoo on his forehead.
Ooh, what is it?
Apparently there was cut from the movie. There was a scene of Batman throwing the Joker in jail. And it explains why he has the grill on his teeth, because Batman punched his teeth out. And the Joker said, "You've damaged me, Batman, so now I'm going to get a tattoo. This is damage to remind you of it." I almost wish I didn't know.
They need to make an extended cut.
No!
Yes.
No, they don't.
Yes, they
No,
absolutely
they
do.
don't. They can't do that. They can't keep releasing bad movies and then releasing the extended cut and saying, "Oh, this is what we meant to be."
I mean, they should just
buy
release
it again,
the extended
see
cut.
it twice. Oh, it's gonna be rated R because we're tough and edgy. They can't keep doing that. Okay, like make it good the first time.
They should make it good the first time, but they didn't. So they should release an extended cut.
Because you know what the problem is then? Because the extended cut isn't what's canon. The theatrical cut is going to be what's canon.
Well,
yes,
I don't know.
It happens every time.
In Star Wars, the deleted scenes are canon.
The only exception is Star Wars and Blade Runner. That's it.
Blade Runner. Okay.
Yeah.
Lost Keys says, "Both you guys have the hairiest arms ever," and I already commented on this. And I wrote, "You're welcome."
Our last name is Wolf. What do you want from us?
Fred asks, "Do you guys think that the Killing Joke made the ending more ambitious in order to make the bars Gordon rape more in focus. If that actually happened in
Wait, what?
he's also, are you guys, how are you guys today? We're good.
We're good, thanks.
How about
I have
that?
to pee, but I'm good.
It made the killing joke made the ending more ambiguous.
I don't think it made the ending more ambiguous. For the record, there is a theory that the Joker sexually assaulted and raped Barbara Gordon in The Killing Joke. I don't subscribe to that theory. I just think the Joker, what he did was just messed up to begin with. But I don't know. The Killing Joke movie, I did a video on it. Somebody posted a link to it in the chat. What they did in the first half hour to basically try and give Barbara more of a story didn't work, and it ended up ruining not just her as a character, but the story overall.
We got a lot of comments last week, and I can't read all of them.
Yeah.
But the last one I will read is, are you going to? Luke asks, are you going to play the new Pokemon game on the DS that comes out at the end of the year? He's talking about Pokemon Sun and Moon. I don't know. I kind of burnt myself out on Pokemon Y, so I stopped in the middle of it. I don't think I'm gonna play the new one, but who knows? Maybe if I need something on my DS.
Over on Twitter, caricature of Zach. What do you guys think about the new Scarface remake? That's technically a remake. I don't know if you heard.
I did not hear,
but
I do not need to see another Scarface movie.
Yeah. If you don't know, I believe it's Antoine Fuqua who directed Training Day. He's a great director. Is going to remake Scarface, the Al Pacino Scarface, which itself is a remake of a 30s gangster movie called Scarface. And here's a fun fact for you. I am in the minority in that I think the original from the 30s is better than the Pacino version.
Wow.
The Pacino version is overrated, campy, and nonsense. Come at me. Come at me.
I have to tell you, I haven't seen either, and that's why I don't want. That's why I don't need a remake. I have two other movies I need to see.
Yeah.
Anything else in Twitter?
What else on Twitter we got? Super Tie Gamer asks you, if you had to live in one nerdy world, what would it be?
I've gotten that question before.
Yeah.
And I had a really hard time answering. No, I didn't. I said Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Destiny also seems pretty cool. I feel like it's almost very similar.
I don't know. I feel like most fictional universes are terrible.
Yeah, the Star Wars universe, if you're not a Jedi, it's pretty bad.
Even if you are a Jedi, especially, like...
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So yeah, Star Wars would be the most exciting.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, the Marvel universe, but then there's 9/11s happening left and right
all the time. Yeah.
So I don't know. I would say Star Wars, but there's no internet in Star Wars.
I'm sure they got something better than the internet.
I mean, they have like weird like voice over IP kind of thing going on, but they don't have like computers with internet.
Yeah. The Joker wants to know who your favorite superhero is.
Batman.
Yeah.
It used to be Spider-Man, but his comics are bad.
Yeah.
So it's Batman.
I'm hoping those get better.
The movie's gonna be great.
Yeah.
The Homecoming's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Jason Todd asks, how much is 4K console going to cost? $800? No.
That is an interesting, question because.
Oh yeah, we don't even know.
Yeah, because this last gen consoles launched at like $400, $500 if you got it with Kinect.
I think they will be $400 to $500.
So at least around there.
I think with the PlayStation VR, you're looking at $800.
I think it's very possible that these consoles could be, starting at $500-$600.
I don't think they would go over $500.
They shouldn't, but there's a very real possibility.
Yeah. Caloric doesn't want to go to school tomorrow. Just don't. Gilbert asks, have you guys played The Witcher 3? And if so, what are your thoughts? I love The Witcher 3. I only played a few hours of it, though. And I'm not an RPG person. Yeah. I thought that was awesome. It was the combat that got me. The combat was really good. I'm all about the combat.
Caloric wants me to stream on Twitch. Maybe.
I should. It's open for you.
I mean, one day.
After this, I will be streaming on twitch.tv/Bob Wulff streaming me drawing the thumbnail like I do every
A
week.
lot of people were like commenting on my Let's Play of Telltale's Batman that I should finish it and do the rest of that
You should.
episode.
You should do it and upload them on the weekend.
I might just do that. We'll see what happens. It's hard to do it by yourself. I've learned.
It is. You have to talk the whole time.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And I have to remember to put the subtitles up.
You have to be you have to get yourself in a particular mood.
Yeah.
We'll
I might have to get a sidekick for that.
As long as they're not terrible.
Yeah. Let myself an Andy Richter.
All right, let's get like one or two more here because we
Okay.
gotta get the hell out of here. We went over. We talked about a lot of stuff today.
We did.
Blah blah blah. Hey Louie, you changed your name. Said, Will, did you see the trailer for the Marvel/FX TV show Legion?
I did. It was very bizarre.
I didn't know there was an actual trailer.
Yeah, there's a trailer. It looks nothing like you would expect. It's very trippy. You don't even realize it's like an X-Men thing until the very end. Like, I think you see the X logo and the O of Legion.
Oh, it's that. Okay.
Yeah. So, we'll see how that turns out.
Let's get one more.
Yeah.
One more good one. Better make it good. Oh wait, people were in Twitch.
Real quick, the Ultra Nerd. Have you seen the Snickers ad in DC Comics? I have. The original version was awful. I don't know if you.
Is that the one where they baked in like panels?
Yeah. You're reading the comic, minding your own business. Then all of a sudden,
It's like a half page, right?
it's like two full pages.
Wow.
Like you're reading the comic, then all of a sudden, Batman and Superman are fighting Doomsday, and then Batman hands Doomsday Snickers, and it turns out it was Wonder Woman. Oh, she's not Wonder Woman when she's hungry. But the problem is because it's like drawn by Ivan Reis, and like everything DC looks like Ivan Reis. So like if you're reading Green Arrow, and then all of a sudden Batman and Superman are fighting Doomsday for no reason.
Or if you're reading an Ivan Reis comic.
Yeah. I will say, because they have the ad in All-Star Batman this week, but it's a one-page version, and it's the very first ad. And then the story starts. So, doesn't interfere with anything.
That's also interesting because then you think that is...
Well, no, because
how
it's on the
started.
back cover. It's on the back of the front cover. So, like, you see
Okay, so-
that where
But
an
still-
ad usually goes, and it's very clearly says Snickers on the bottom.
Okay. That's
So,
fine. Then.
yeah.
If it has that giant disclaimer, then
Yeah.
that's fine. All right, last one, Ninja Diffuser. What about who changed over to YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
What about the Skyrim remaster coming out? I can't wait for it. There was rumors that, well, not rumors. They said, I don't see why we wouldn't put that on NX.
Skyrim?
Yeah. Well, we wouldn't want to put that on NX. They said.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so that means like that's a possibility.
Yes.
That's pretty crazy. Considering I don't think it's going to be powerful enough to handle that.
Well, no, because it's got to be powerful enough to at least handle Breath of the Wild, Sonic 2017, Dragon Warrior,
Right.
one other game. It's got to be at least as powerful as a Wii U, and a Wii U is at least as powerful as a 360 and a PS3,
Right.
which can run Skyrim,
But not the remastered
not the
version.
remastered version.
Yes, that's what I mean. Like, that'll be a different engine.
Yeah,
And that engine is built for the PS4 and Xbox One.
right.
So that's interesting. But also, you know what? I got to say, Fallout 4. Somebody was saying in the chat, Sky Staff, I think, said that they were disappointed with Fallout 4.
Yeah.
I'd say Fallout 4 looks just like Fallout 3.
It does.
I'm sorry.
I almost bought Fallout 4 because a lot of my friends were playing it, but then I realized I walked to the beat of my own drum.
I got to the very end of Fallout 3.
Yeah.
The very end. And I got bored and stopped.
I will
And I
say
didn't realize it was the very end. I had no idea it was the very
they
end.
made Fallout 3 backwards compatible on Xbox One. So like I'm tempted to. If like I ever run out of games to play, which I am slowly I am going to run out of things to play like probably by next year. I can see myself doing that. I might just give it a shot.
There'll be other games to play.
Maybe.
There's always games to
I got a whole backlog of stuff. I'm prepping myself for the moment when I'm married and I move out and I have no money to spend on new games, so I have all these old games to play.
Good. Guys, thank you for being here.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for participating. As always, the usual YouTube stuff. Like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends that this will be up tomorrow, the archive version of it. Also, if they're fans of audio podcasts, we got the audio version of this on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
Now we have 32 of them.
Yes, 32 podcasts for your listening pleasure. I wasn't sure what you were referring to.
We have 32 episodes.
So go there, rate us all the stars, leave us a review.
Yes.
That helps us actually like get higher notice in the iTunes store.
Yes.
And that means we can keep doing this for a long time and maybe get sponsored by Audible.com.
You know who?
Like every other podcast.
You know who added me on Twitter the other day?
Who?
A fetish podcast. They're number 2 in the sex podcast on iTunes.
Well, all right.
If you want to be on a fetish podcast.
Not particularly, but
All right, guys. Also, we got new videos
Yes.
every single Tuesday, Wednesday. Comic book video, games video. We got your Superman video.
what Warner Brothers should do with this rumored Man of Steel 2 that they might be making.
I talk about Sean Murray's previous endeavor, which is making frickin' Burnout 3, which is an awesome game.
Yes.
So go check those out, and those you share with your friends because they're short and they won't be daunting to watch.
Also, too, we haven't plugged this in a while. Go to our TeePublic store.
Oh yeah,
We have shirts. Some are Wulff Den specific. Others are just shirts we see on TeePublic that we like.
yes. Oh shit, Bull.
As Bob's,
You gotta bleep that.
I gotta bleep that.
I just made a shirt for Vicky, teabagging,
Yep.
and this is the Wulff Den shirt.
Yep. Look at that.
It's got
Show-
all the
Show your
controllers on it.
console gaming pride. Ignoring the fact that PC gamers can hook up any of these to their PC and use them for controllers.
Except the Wii one, you can't hook that one.
Probably can. There's probably a hack.
It's probably a hack. Yeah. All right, thank you guys. We gotta go.
Thank you guys very much. Yeah, see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.